name is Mukta Mahajani. You may have come across my book, Let's Talk Negotiation and Communication at the Workplace, which is now in its second edition. Very happy about that. Today I'm going to give you some insights about the book, and I hope you like it. We Indians, we love to negotiate. We love the best deals for everything. We're born negotiators actually. We want the best bargains, we want the best prices on food, on vegetables and clothes, and not to forget electronics and shoes. We go to a grocery wala and we bargain down on everything. We make offers and counter offers. We give loyalty promises. We say they'll be the only person we ever go to, but we make sure we get the best price. I think I'm right in that. When we work and we start a new job, we want the best terms. We want the best projects. We want the best deals. We want to be sent abroad. We want to be the boss's blue-eyed boy. Why not? But then why do we fail? Why do our dreams not come true? We start off with all these ideas in our minds. We'll do this and we'll do that. And nothing happens. Why? Oh, so you think that you can negotiate in your personal life, but you can't negotiate in your corporate life. Why? Are you afraid that you will be judged? Are you afraid you will be isolated? Do you think that the best thing to do is to keep quiet? So then it'll be fine if Karishma gets a better deal than you at the workplace and she gets sent abroad for the project. Anita is the boss's blue-eyed girl. No matter what happens, it's Nita is the go-to girl Friday of the organization. Oh, I'm so frustrated, but I don't know what to do. I must stay quiet. Why are you being quiet, my friends? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid you're going to ask the right questions in a wrong manner? Or are you afraid you're going to ask the wrong questions and get sacked? Or isolated? Or demoted? I've been working for 15 years in India, in the UK and the US, and I've met a lot of young people who are afraid of being able to get other people over to their side, or being able to convince a group of people to give their project idea a chance. And I think that deep down, because of this fear, the creativity is hidden. And their bargaining techniques, their techniques for effective dialogue remain hidden. And negotiation and communication is all about convincing people. It's about effective dialogue. It's about being able to work with anybody you want at any point in time in your corporate life. So to see what you're missing when you fear negotiation and you don't know how to communicate, you must read my book, Let's Talk, Negotiation and Communication at the Workplace. One of the better ways of understanding negotiation is through real-time examples, and more so when you see faux pas happening. You know, we love to criticize and we love to see what's wrong in a situation. So when we see, we learn from others' mistakes, we learn from our own mistakes. So I thought that instead of preaching and going on and on about negotiation chapter and verse, I would give a couple of examples of what happens when you're not prepared in a negotiation. Just like when you prepare for anything in your life, you know, you dress well, you look good, you look your best, you speak well, you know how to impress others. Similarly, when you go in for a project discussion, you prepare. Now, one of the things that you must prepare for is to understand the company you're going to go to discuss a project with. Many times, culture is misunderstood as something which is Indian versus Western. Oh, I don't have to care too much about the company's culture and people except its bottom line, because it's an Indian company. What do I care, right? I just go to their website, see who their directors are, maybe. Oh, not even that, just their bottom line, profits, whatever. I'm done. So what happens then if a young impressionable guy from Delhi is part of a team traveling down to Chennai, or say a place in Kerala where you have a matriarchal society and this huge conglomerate is owned by a woman? Perhaps she's older in age, perhaps she dresses very simply. Her corporate style is her mind and not the way she appears to others. But unless you study this about her, you're not going to know that, are you? So I have this poor friend who is from Delhi and who goes down to Chennai with a group of people for a discussion on a project. He goes in and there are these 3-4 people sitting, 3 men and an elderly lady. So this lady says very politely to everybody in the group that, welcome, and did you have a good flight from Delhi? It's, all the way north to south, and is everything okay? And my poor friend, and he's really poor by now, I think, with the comments he's got, he decides he should be the first one to speak, impress everybody there. So he says, yes, wonderful flight, whatever, but we are parched, and can we have some coffee, please? Oh, and make sure you have notebooks to take minutes of meeting. And everybody there is aghast, and they wonder that what the heck is going on. And the lady says, I actually own this company, and do you understand what that means, young man? And he says, oh, okay, so is your husband not well? Are you sitting in for him? And needless to say, he's asked to leave the room, and he is no longer part of those discussions. So many times when you go in for discussions with another party, you kind of need to remember that their culture, their people, their hierarchies matter a lot. And my second example also leads up from the first, which is to say that looking purely at the bottom line or looking purely at profit and loss numbers is not the only way to go when you want to understand another party. Many times market conditions, share value, employability, these things matter a lot when you assess the company and its people. So a colleague of mine from a very large company went in for a discussion with a smaller company. When she saw the offer the smaller company was putting in, she said, look, I've heard a lot about you, I've heard about your reputation, and I'm trying not to be insulted, because what kind of an offer are you putting in? I mean, this is not on. I want to walk away. And her counterpart says, look, this is the best we can do. So she says, I hear you, but you're not giving me a reason to not walk away. So tell me what's going on. So her counterpart says, please believe me, we are small, but we are honest, we are trustworthy. And we'll throw some free things in this deal for you. So my colleague said, look, I'm not looking for free things from you. I'm not looking for any special favors. Just tell me the truth. Maybe we can work together and I can help you out. So he thinks a little, what do I do? And he's okay, fine, I'll trust her. She's got a good name in the market. This woman is well known, she's senior. So he tells my colleague that the problem is that we're having some government approval issues and our executives are tied up in some other work and they can't be brought on to this project, which is why we've had to cut down numbers and figures for implementation for your work. So my colleague said, what? Is that all? Fine. Let's do the deal with this. You can add in the things later. We will help you with employees in the beginning and then your people can join in later. If possible to finish other things, we will help you in that also. Why are you lying and turning something away by not disclosing the whole thing to us? So the counterpart was very grateful and said, thank you so much, and yes, we want to deal with you and we'll more than make it up to you later on for giving us this discount now. And they had a very successful deal and they worked together for quite some time. So many times there are situational factors versus personal factors. There is greed versus necessity. And as a mature person, you need to figure out which is which. And when you help somebody out in a genuine problem, they're loyal to you for life. So remember to look at these things also. Remember to see things which you cannot see, to read between the lines when you negotiate. That, I think, is the most important thing.
Hi Mukta, thank you for taking the time to talk to us here. And just before ending the session, we just like to ask you a few quick questions. The first one, I think a lot of people want to ask, but somehow do not work up the courage to ask. It's how do you confess to your boss that a recent trouble in a particular deal has been through an inadvertent fault of yours?
I think the second that you realize that you have made a mistake, go to your boss immediately. If he is busy, SMS him, ask him, it's very important. If he's traveling, schedule a telephone call or a video call or a video chat or whatever. Tell him precisely what has gone wrong and what you did for something to happen. Most importantly, the moment you tell him or her that you need to follow up with constructive steps that you have thought of, in a sense that you will be able to fix something for him. One of the other most important things is that you immediately offer to your boss that you will apologize to the people concerned and go and tell them that this happened inadvertently because of you, and that there should be no miscommunication between or amongst those people because of you. Whatever happens after that will be based on what reaction your boss gives. You might have to take what he says with a little bit of pinch of salt and be more careful in future.
Okay, so another one is closely related and something that a lot of people keep wanting to ask is that how do you ask your boss for a raise and how do you go about the whole thing?
Well, first of all, study your terms and conditions. You have an appointment letter that you've received. So understand what it says, when you're going to get your first raise. Figure out whether it's going to be after 6 months, 1 year, whether you have some kind of performance appraisal coming up. Because seriously, unless all these steps have been undertaken, there is no point in going to your boss, you'll get shot down. If these steps have been undertaken and there is some kind of a delay in you getting your raise, then you can politely ask him for some time when he can take out some time to talk to you because you have a question, personal question. Go stay late if you have to, go and talk to him and tell him, look, all this has happened, I've had my appraisal, or my work has been up to mark, I've done my projects well. Make sure you have a list of your achievements ready in your back pocket. Don't just throw it at him, just keep it ready. And then ask him that, sir, ma'am, perhaps there has been some kind of miscommunication, or is there some kind of delay? I was wondering how long it will take for my raise to come through. I wanted your advice so I don't, start thinking about all kinds of crazy things. And wait for his answer. So either he'll give you a straight answer, or if he's irritated, he will not show his irritation because you're just asking and you're not demanding, you're not giving him a timeline. That's one very important thing. Don't put a timeline on him and say, I hope I'm going to get something in the next week or else, Don't do that. Just keep the conversation open, and that should keep him, silent and pleased and give you the right answer.
All right, I think that about sorts everybody's problems, and next time somebody has a problem asking for a raise, they know where to look at. There's a book they can just pick up called Let's Talk by Mukta Mahajani, and I think everybody should just take a copy and read it just so that they can make their work life easier.
Well, I hope that you liked what I said on the video, and I'll be very, very happy to answer any queries or questions you have on my Facebook author page. Thank you.